That's a tough act to follow. Hello, my name is Julia Salvo. I'm the administrator for Founded in Truth, if we haven't met yet. Part of the privilege that I have in that responsibility is that I am the ultimate backup for every position, including the Torah portion. So this week's Torah portion is Nasso, and it means to take, from Numbers 4:21 through 7:89. And it covers a range of different subjects. It starts out talking about taking the census of the Levites, which were pretty much the roadies of the tabernacle. The roadies, yes. And persons sent outside of the camp for a manner of reasons, whether it be something on their skin or touching a dead body, anything like that. Restitution of fraud cases, and even the case of the jealous husband. The Lord, he loves to throw just a little bit of drama in there. It also covers the Nazarite vow. It gives a priestly blessing, and at the end, there are 12 days of offering from each tribe to the tabernacle, almost like a open house, welcome, like a open house to celebrate, hey, we're opening up the tabernacle. Fun fact, I learned the weight of each plate, the weight of each cup, and the bowl that held the incense. In this Torah portion, it talks about how the incense is used with a ladle, and I was picturing a soup ladle, but through one of the commentaries that I read, it's actually more likely to be tongs. So I thought that was cool, golden little pair of tongs for the incense. So before I even came to Torah, I have kind of been enamored with the tabernacle. I find that even in the small details, God is there. He wanted each and every one of those little things. He wanted the curtains to be a certain kind of color. He wanted it to be a certain length. He wanted this person to take it down and this person to put it up and to lay it down on this thing and wrap it in this animal skin. It was very step-by-step procedure. And I am very analytical. And I love step-by-step procedure. And I find that in life, we do not get many step-by-step procedures. So it is very comforting to me to see this. I wanted to read, I'm not going to hit on every subject that is covered in this Torah portion, but I'm going to talk about what stood out to me. So I wanted to read a little bit of this Torah portion. I'm going to read chapter 4, verse 46 through 49. All those that were numbered of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the chief of Israel numbered, after their families and after the house of their families, from 30 years old and upward even to 50 years old, every one that came to do the service of the ministry and the service of the burden or work in the tabernacle of the congregation, even those that were numbered of them were 8,580. According to the commandment of the Lord, they were numbered by the hand of Moses, everyone according to his service and according to his work. Thus they were numbered of him as the Lord commanded Moses. I believe that each and every one of us has been called and appointed to something by Adonai. And, I kind of look at this church here as our tabernacle. I do not see this church as our final place with the Lord. This is not the final place that the Lord is calling us to, not only for our community, for our fit community, none of that. Last week was Shavuot, and I had the privilege of helping set up for that, and Jason Price was helping me with that, and we were talking just as setting up the grill, and he was like, so what did you do before FIT? I was like, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I did my little side gig of doing graphic design and different things like that, and he was like, so you were frustrated? And I was like, yes, I was frustrated, because I knew that I had been appointed by the Lord for something. And I've been working with churches for a long time, and there was a period in my life where I did not have that role. I was kind of feeling lost and frustrated. And we've been through several different backgrounds of non-denominational to charismatic. We've done a lot of church hopping. But a couple years ago, I say that to say that I believe in the prophetic. I believe what God is showing us, what he's doing. So there was one night about 3 or 4 years ago where Jacob woke up, my husband, Jacob. He woke up and he was like, I had a dream last night. And in that dream, you were working with a church. And it surrounded our family, and that became our home. And you were working as much as you could with them. And so I started applying for all the churches in the neighborhood, thinking that this is what the Lord wants, this is what I'll do. And, it kind of sparked something in me, and then it kind of fizzled out because I realized that I couldn't just go anywhere and just automatically walk into that role. It has taken me over 5 years to find this role, to where God has called me, to where I have been appointed. It started with one visit, and then everything shut down in the church because of COVID, and we could only watch online. And then I was a part of the prayer team, and then Karen Vanderels asked me to do a little flyer to help with the graphic design for introducing new people. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I'll do it. Whatever you need, I'll do it. And then she was like, hey, have you ever done admin work? I was like, yeah, that's my background. I've always done admin work. And she told me later that every time that she considered stepping down and she was praying about it, the only person that came up was me. That was the only name that came up. And I have always held on to that because I knew that this was appointed for me for this time. Now, it may only be for a time, but I did have to wait. But I do believe that each and every one of us has been called and appointed to work in this tabernacle, whether it's this church or this community. And you may not be in the appropriate place right now, but the Lord has it set aside for you. And he's waiting for you, and he's guiding you until you can get to that place. And I believe that here today, we have Esthers that are called to such a time as this. I believe that there are Davids to rule in this community. And there may be even some JLs to drive some tent pegs through some metaphorical heads. So today I wanted to leave you with the priestly blessing. Usually this is sung over the people. I do not have enough gumption to do that today, so I will speak it over you, but I hope that each and every one of you knows that you are sought after and appointed by the Lord. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May Adonai make his face to shine upon you and show you his favor. May Adonai lift up his face toward you and give you peace. Thank you.